Annie Cunningham, a Jamaican businesswoman, got in trouble twice with the law in drug trafficking while buying and selling. But let her tell her story.
So I thank you, Lord, for delivering me. That's why I swear I'll praise you in my sorrow.
My name is Annie White. I'm from the community in the city of Maxwell Park. I would call myself, let me just introduce myself as an intelligent virago in sin. But now I'm a new person. And in sin, wouch, it's unspeakable. I was like I called it a bad word merchant, a cuss bad word, a fight, a real terror, a real terrorist. I got involved in politics. I did everything the wrong way. I prosecuted the church. Even the church as I worship today, I was a prosecutor at that church. I would read the church people in business. I would watch them. I would say, you're not Christian. I would say, you're not saved. You're not good. You're not living a Christian life. You can't preach to me. You can't say nothing. The church had a policy like this, that at certain hours in the evening, in the night, you're not supposed to stand up and talk to nobody. And if I see them talking to a man, whether them friend, just a natural friend or not, I would say, watch, them can't go back and no more church. Because I see them out the road there with them man. When them come out of the church, I say, you cannot go back into the church. Because I see you with your man last night. You can't come to a minister to talk to nobody. You're a hypocrite. And you know, they always like talk. If I hear them talking anybody, I say, yeah, the Christian am a hypocrite. So I would persecute and would talk all kind of this. I would even add on some of the stuff to them. And I had no respect only for one person in there or a few persons. They used to talk about the church rules and the church principle. They used to stand for holiness. So I used to listen to their rule, and when I see anything contrary to their rules, I used to persecute them, speak about them, act out on them, cuss them out. Very bad. When I was 11 years old, I met a man on Walton Park Road. At the time I was going to a prominent high school. And he said to me, you're called to be an evangelist. I said to the man in myself, I would have money a chat. For them time, I don't want, not with no God business. You understand? Because I was all that. You understand? Very intelligent, but I wasn't in the church business. My mother was then a Christian. And in this community that I live, I was then like a bully, because I grew up with my brothers, and my brothers were like call it a don. So it was all about me. And I don't take no talk from nobody at all. I don't take nobody lick. And when I started having my kids, I remember I was along with this guy. No, me not look your man look me in my time. And if your man look me, you can't in an argument with me. Because if you come to fight, I'm me and you, and I have my brother where I go help me fight too. And the fight not over till me say so. And if blood not run, it not done. Well, I was very deep in politics. I was a year leader. I was the secretary for the constituency. And in that time, I was like a very good, I would say, a good person to the constituents, and the people in the constituency, because I would always render aid to them. I would give them, and everybody loved me. I'm a lovable person, so everybody loved me. Even in my foolishness and in my ignorant time, everybody loved me. So I would go there, I would campaign. The campaign would not leave me. From Kingston to Mobile, it can't leave me. Me the head cook and back washer in the campaign. Whichever party, whichever minister running, me at the head cook and back washer. And me was a strong supporter. No switch. Me tell him say me live and born and dead. And me pledge my allegiance to the party. That's all that. And I was really dynamic inside there. A good PD worker. I could fit in any part, any area they want me to work. I could do it, whether in the constituency or at the party level. But I left the working world and I went to do some business in town and then get involved in the arcade. While I was in the arcade, you know, business go up and it go down and it go up and down. And one time, business go down, couldn't survive the way survival should be from the business. So I noticed my friend them now, because you know, when you go to a new avenue, you try to get some friends. So I had some friends, and when I noticed their business went down, but all of a sudden overnight, them just come up and them just afloat, but them wouldn't tell me about what was happening. Then this guy now, you know, he was gay, and he introduced me to do some drugs business. He tell me, say, Pat, you know, say everybody I get rich. What happened? You know, want to get rich too. You understand? So he tell me what go on. So I decide, so I go try it now. So we start carry coke. So I start carry coke now and start do my little thing and start do my thing and me up on a hype now, cause you know things are going now for me. So you know what? Me start carry it. I never my thing. Because me end up in less than 2 years. In less than 2 years, less than a year, I end up in prison. And I went to Miami, it was about 6 of us on the flight. And while I was on the flight, I came off the flight, come out, clear custom, everything. But other people was there, so we always travel together as friends, and we used to take like the one van. So I'm outside waiting for a lady, and the lady got caught inside of the airport. She gave me some rum. She gave somebody some rum to carry, and that they were interrogating that guy inside the airport. While they were interrogating the guy inside the airport, the guy carried the box. Now after them let him out, him carry the box, come put at my foot and leave it and tell myself to keep it. She inside, she coming out. It seemed that they were watching him, and when they saw him give it to me, they come all the way back outside now, come back for me. Not really looking for me directly because of what the lady saying, but they were looking for anything to match up with them. So them say, look like me, look like she, because we have actually the same hairstyle. Me and she have no real resemblance. So they took us back inside, and then now they said they was going to charge us for conspiracy. When they know what you do, and you know how the game go, so I just take the rap easy with her. But I was bitter inside, knowing that I was just implicated just like that.
When we return, we'll hear how she was convicted and how she made the drastic changes in her life. This is Divine Intervention. Stay with us.
Really? Oh, thanks for the news, love. Okay, bye-bye. All right. Oh, that's a fast, man. I was talking to Gateway. Yes, I started my new partner plan with Gateway and it's gone through the roof. Yes, I am securing my financial future with Gateway. I won't know wait, man. Start now.
Gateway Partner Plan. Get yours started today, opening the way to your financial success.
Quality Equipment Distributors Limited. Oh yes. Oh yes. That's where you get the very best quality. Quality without question. Quality service with a smile. Yeah. They will go the extra mile. At Quality Equipment Distributors. Oh yes. We have in stock audio and public address equipment, microphones and musical instruments, speakers and speaker boxes, car audio and enough accessories and more. So come visit us at 4 Courtney Walsh Drive halfway tree, or call 968-3187, 960-3096 or 960-3129. Quality Equipment Distributors Limited. Quality without question. Quality equipment, quality service.
Big thing is all going on wholesale photo, you know, my girl.
Tell us about it.
Production, special design, school packages galore.
Mommy, yes? I love my plaque for wholesale photo.
Guess what? Me too.
Justin, look at my plaque. Wow, that's so amazing. Can I see it?
So you all know that wholesale photo is where memories come alive.
Jamaica's only complete music store is now at a new location. 8 South Avenue is the new home of the Music Mart. Shop in ease and comfort for everything music. Pianos, keyboards, wind instruments, violins, CDs of every genre, PA equipment, recording equipment and accessories, DJ equipment, acoustic and electric guitars and drums, amplifiers, effects pedals, tuners, sheet music, instruction texts and reference books. All these and much more at affordable prices. The Music Mart, now at 8 South Avenue, Kingston 10. The Music Mart, Jamaica's only complete music store.
Maypan. Take your prescription to Tate's Pharmacy in Bargain Village Plaza, Maypan. They stock gifts, toys, baby world for everything baby. Visit the food court and the internet cafe all under one roof. Tate's Pharmacy, Maypan, bringing you the best of health.
We've been hearing the story of the woman of God, Annie Cunningham. Let's return to her while she tells us the rest of the story.
But I came outside. I was outside waiting for my friend. Then them came outside for me, and them scammed me back inside in this, and them locked me up. I wanted to charge me for conspiracy. Anyhow, while I was there, they carried me to the woman annex. While I was at the woman annex, a couple weeks after, my mother, she heard that I got locked up, and I got 25 years. She couldn't take it because I'm the oldest of 2 girls and the third of 6 children. And she just collapsed and died. So I became bitter because I believe that I killed my mother and it was all my fault. So I started blaming myself for what happened. Anyhow, I was there, and after I got sentenced, and I went upstate 21 months. I got sentenced and I went to Lexington, Kentucky. And when I went to Lexington, Kentucky, I did my time and I came back home. When I came back home, I had nothing to return to, but I was a person that with more than one book. So I board back the flight again and I start my role again. I go back the first time and I watch the road, how the road stay, and I see. And I had my children, 5 children, because I was a single parent of 5 children. So I have nobody else to take care of my kids. So I have to try again. And I wanted only the best of my children because some were at high school and some were at prep school. So I had to take care of them in spite of any situation that I was in. So although I was grieving for my mother, and still grieves at time, I still had to think about my children that I'm the sole parent for. So I started my role again, and I reeled it now, and start back my drugs again and start to carry it. Anyhow, I carried one night, and when I reached New York, out there, this man asked me to sell him something, and when I was going now to carry the thing to the man, there comes the police car flash, and there comes and pull me over. And because the man know the style of the thing when I carry, the policeman never hesitate when him come. The policeman just boom and suck me off right there again and take me off. Him carry me go Rockers Island. In a Rockers Island now, I start rethink over now and say, no, this can't be real because I'm not a girl that is dunce. I am a girl with potential. How come I keep coming back to this place now? This place is like a repetition. Every time I just go become, me not worthwhile. I feel my children them. I feel my mother. I feel my community. I feel my whole family because my family them had some high hopes on me because it's like my mother worked all she could to send me and give me a proper education, give me not only a secondary education, but she gave me a tertiary education too. You understand? So I said, no man, so I find myself now that I was a failure, a real failure to my children and society. So I didn't want to live again. So while in Rockers Island, I was in building 4, cell 40. I was taking some medication because my pressure went up. I was depressed, everything. So I started storing my pressure medication now and say, I'm going to take my life. Because it doesn't make no sense me live. So it's on the verge of taking my life. I hear a voice saying to me, is there anything too hard for God?
Inside and say, don't you give up on Jesus, God Jesus no give up on you. The pressure and the pain that you're going through is to build character in you. Listen to me, don't you give up on Jesus, God Jesus no give up on you.
And I couldn't recognize who talking. And I hear the voice, I can't secure upon me. And I don't know, but I just find myself start to cry. And I just, I stand over the basin. I just want to take the pill. And the pill just drop out of my hands and tears just start tinkling on my eyes. And even at that stage, I wasn't fully converted. I wasn't converted. I didn't know. It's when I removed from that dorm and from that place, I went to another dorm and met a girl by the name of Betty St. Fleur in dorm 9. Then they said she was a Jamaican, but in truth and reality, she was a Bahamian. She was the one that helped me to be converted. Because in the cell, I was just being convicted, but I was not converted. Then I started to emulate some things about her. When I look on her, she had such great peace about her. I didn't have the peace. She didn't have nobody to help her. But she had peace, she was calm, she had so much trust. And I had everything going on for me in the street. Because although my children, I left my children had an older sibling that was taking care of them. They would come to visit me. They would bring things, put things in my commissary. They would bring clothes for me. She had nobody at all. And I started to wonder why she had so much peace. And she started teaching me the word. Because although I could have read and write, it was like I could not remember anything. The Bible had no meaning to me when I started reading it. But little by little, with her, I was able to overcome that obstacle. Then she left me and went to immigration. And then I was on my own. While at Rikers Island, I became a model inmate. I was liked by the captain and everyone at Rikers Island. The chaplain and the officers that used to work the chapel would be, if it's not, I was on an AKA name, Elaine Johnson. If it's not Johnson, it's nobody else coming in the chapel. The chaplain in the chapel, the boat chaplain, the Protestant chaplain and the Catholic chaplain, it was all about me, because I was a really and truly a model in me. Because at that time, God started to walk through my life, speak through my life. I began to hear from him, and I began to gain comfort in the word. I remember one day when I was so depressed, and I remember one thing, I remember this word that came to me: all things work together for good to them that love the Lord, and I call according to his purpose. And I could not understand what was God saying to me. Most of these words that I've heard, it's only since I'm home now, it's just like the revelation had just been fulfilled, or it's just unfolding. And I was there. I worked good, but that's when I was leaving Rikers Island. I was there for 2 years. Nobody wanted me to leave.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
We love to shop at Quality Equipment Distributors Limited. Oh yes, oh yes. That's where you get the very best quality. Quality without question. Quality service with a smile. Yeah. They will go the extra mile. At Quality Equipment Distributors. Oh yes. We have in stock audio and public address equipment, microphones and musical instruments, speakers and speaker boxes, car audio and enough accessories and more. So come visit us at 4 Courtney Walsh Drive, halfway tree, or call 968-3187, 960-3096, or 960-3129. Quality Equipment Distributors Limited. Quality without question. Quality equipment, quality service.
Big thing is all going on wholesale photo, my girl.
Tell us about it.
Production, special design, school packages galore.
Mommy,
Yes?
I love my plot for wholesale photo.
Guess what? Me too.
Justin, look at my plaque. Wow, that's so amazing. Can I see it?
So you all know that wholesale photo is where memories come alive.
You hear that? Silence. Ever since I moved out of mommy house, I can just kick back, relax, have a drink. And it's all thanks to Gateway with a 7.4% interest rate, financing up to 95% of the house. And if you're doing a home equity loan, they finance up to 100%. Now what's better than that? What's really better than that? Where are we, Pan?
Gateway Cooperative Credit Union. For more information on our mortgage plan, visit our website at www.gatewayja.com. Opening the way to your financial success.
Jamaica's only complete music store is now at a new location. 8 South Avenue is the new home of the Music Mart. Shop in ease and comfort for everything music. Pianos, keyboards, wind instruments, violins, CDs of every genre, PA equipment, recording equipment and accessories, DJ equipment, acoustic and electric guitars and drums, amplifiers, effects pedals, tuners, sheet music, instruction texts and reference books. All these and much more at affordable prices. The Music Mart, now at 8 South Avenue, Kingston 10. The Music Mart, Jamaica's only complete music store.
Maypan. Take your prescription to Tate's Pharmacy in Bargain Village Plaza, Maypan. They stock gifts, toys, baby world for everything baby. Visit the food court and the internet cafe all under one roof. Tate's Pharmacy, Maypan, bringing you the best of health.
Welcome back to Divine Intervention.
Because I was a second-time offender, so when I went to court, for a long time they couldn't find the first-time conviction. I did 2 years in Rikers Island, but I went upstate, it did not finish. I went upstate and did 4.5 years. Because when I just got arrested, they offered me 7 to 21 years. And then afterward, they changed it to 6 to 18. Then they changed it to a 5 to 15. Then they changed it to a 4 to 12. And my lawyer, he said, work with the 4 to 12 because you're a second-time offender. Work with the 4 to 12. And I already did 2 years already. So when they gave me the 4 to 12, I went upstate. When I went upstate, I remained as a Christian. And everyone liked me, and I started working at the chapel. I started working in commissary first. When I started working in the commissary, the person that managed the commissary, he was not a Christian. And for some reason, Mr. Paul never liked me. But while working there, I think God sent me there to make a transformation. I started praying and I started fasting, and I always pray for him. And he just turned around and don't want nobody else, no Jamaican else, work there more than me alone. When I came back home to Jamaica now, and my mother left this church that I came from and went to a 7-day church. So those 7-day people, they used to show me much love. So when I come back, I was desperate for God and desperate to worship. So I went there to worship. But I started going there every Saturday. And one Saturday, one sister said to me, Pat, you know money, the money where you used to and the life where you used to, you're not going to stay in a church for just 6 months. I felt so bad because I come to realize that there was no restriction on God. So she doubted God, and she didn't have no faith in and confidence. I was looking for somebody that knew my past to come and help me to build up my courage, build up my strength. But instead of that, you come to just push me down. So I leave. And I go into different church. Every Sunday morning I get up, I find a church to go. One Sunday morning, I remember the church that I attend right now, it was on fire this Sunday morning. And the way I don't want to go into that church because those people hold my file. Them hold my childhood past, them hold every past, them hold my prison past, them hold everything. And I remember them in that time, there are some people that used to go to that church. I don't believe them would I want to take the body to go to prison. So that was my belief. So I never want to go to the church. One Sunday morning church at the Peak, I remember I do have no taxi fare. I walked to a church. When I walked to a church, 3 people in the church. It was a man alone that did everything. There was nothing. I went to the church dry, come back out dry. There was not a word. I don't know. One watch night I remember now, I wanted to go to church on New Year's Eve, no money. So I end up, so all right, since I watch night, everybody go to church at watch night. So me now got significance in the church, it's just a watch night service, me I go into the church. So I go into the church, the watch night. And while I was in the church with the watch night, I don't know, there was a lady in it, she was my childhood friend, Sister Cole. And Deacon Cameron was here and Pastor Todd at the time. And I remember they opened the floor and said, anybody want to give a testimony? I never want to give, but anyhow, Sister Cole said, Sister Pat have a testimony. When I went up there to open my mouth, it's like the Spirit of God moved upon me. Yeah. Still, I had no intention to come to the church. I gave the testimony. After giving the testimony, they said I had an all-night meeting. I stayed in the all-night meeting. Still had no intention to come to the church. But so wounded from the prayer church, from the woman that told me, and not staying more than 6 months, I don't want to go back there because I feel like you want me to fail, and I'm not going to fail. So, actually, anyhow, Sister Cole came one Saturday evening to choir rehearsal, and she said to me, she left, and her son Oral came over the house, because they always come by my house, and said to me, we have baptism tomorrow, you know. They know I love to go to baptism, so I went to baptism. The morning I went to baptism, it's a place in Jericho, under the leadership of Pastor Crawford. She was Evangelist Crawford at the time. When I went there the morning, it was all children baptizing. Never seen nothing yet. Me, big woman, I pay a little pity, could have been my grandchildren are baptized. While I was there, one of the little boy went to another district. His mother sent him out, and he was late. So they were waiting in the water for him. And while I stood at the river, I heard, here is water. What hinder you from being baptized? In myself, I said, me nah go down there, me nah go in the church, the water there. Me nah baptize in the church, and myself. I'm trying to run from the riverside, to run up. When I look, I run down in the river, drop on Sister Cole's shoulder, and started crying. I hear she say, they say, you ready? No, me not kind of close to baptize now, nothing. Anyhow, the word yes came out. And my now pastor was Deacon Cameron at the time, and Overseer Brown. They were in the water, and they baptized me that morning. When I baptized, when I go home and realize I baptized in the church, I said, then people have my file now, you know. How me I go manage? Anyhow, it's like I do one thought that tell me say, the people my file them are hold it against me. Another thought that tell me say, go on, nothing happened to you, man, go on. So when I start coming to church, they spread a red carpet for me. Baptizing us, so them give me right on a fellowship. Still at the back of my mind, still I look for, you know, the old self, I tell me something that happened. But to God be the glory until today. Nobody, maybe they talk under them breath, but nobody from the leadership position have ever put me down. I serve here as a prayer leader. I serve as an appointed evangelist at one stage. I serve as a youth president. I serve in every aspect of the church. I do evangelism in every inner city area, in Trench Town, wherever you call me. I go on the byways and edges because God have a commission for me, so go ye therefore.
Thanks for watching. If you have a heart-riveting testimony, send us an email. We'd love to share. Join us again next week. Same time, same station. This has been Divine Intervention. I'm Juanita Williams.